Yes, my beautiful people, what is going on? It's creamslice. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing good and most importantly enjoying this season. Today we are bringing you the unkillable solar titan build. Honestly guys, this is so practical for endgame content. Its ease of use is just absolutely incredible for any kind of content, and most importantly we are having fun in harder tier content. What you're seeing here is a legend lost sector. I'm currently just 20 levels under, so this will give you a great insight on how it actually performs later on in the game, but its ease of use is just magnificent. If you like to run and gun, then you will absolutely love this build. We have infinity restoration from multiple sources with the Titan Sunbreaker subclass, but now with the exotic precious scars we can get restoration ×1 with any weapon kill that matches our subclass. With us being on the solar subclass, it's only right that we pair it with my boy the Tommy's Matchbook. This has had a slight buff this season that has gone over a lot of people's heads, enhancing the Scorch, meaning it's easier to proc fragments with Scorch. Not only that, auto rifles have had a massive 25% damage buff inside a PvE. We can take care of overload champions with the Tommy's Matchbook now, and we can take care of unstoppable champions with ignitions with it as well. So we're going to be igniting everything while just walking around with restoration. It's just an all-out onslaught. If you are with me, need I say more? Precious Scars, Tommy's Matchbook is the combo you need in your life. Let's get it. So the Precious Scars armor perk states that final blows from weapons matching a damage type matching your subclass energy creates a burst of healing around us and grants our allies restoration as well. So just be mindful of that if you are going to run this in a team-based setting. You're also going to give your teammates restoration. With us pairing it with the Tommy's Matchbook is perfect for endgame content, as we can stun overload champions with it as well. And the ignitions on Tommy's Matchbook are one of the best I've seen, one of the easiest to proc ignitions with when we go over the subclass. But yeah, Precious Scars gives us that nice restoration on every single kill. We can extend that, add some stuff to it into the mix to make it absolutely bonkers. Okay, so we're going to start off with the Sunbreaker subclass. We're going to be using the healing grenade. This is another way to give ourselves restoration. We're running Soul Invictus. Solar ability final blows makes sunspots, which also give us restoration, and when you defeat a scorched target it gives us sunspots also. So the great thing about sunspots is it will give you restoration, but it will melt everything inside them, and also it will scorch enemies. And when you unlock the catalyst with Tommy's Matchbook, it's also going to scorch enemies, making sunspots on the floor as well for ability regen and healing. And then we have Roaring Flames. Final blows with solar abilities or ignitions increase the damage of our hammer. So we're going to be taking the baby hammer with this just for tight situations. So the fragments I chose to rock with this build were purely based around scorching enemies, enhancing our damage, and also extending any restoration or radiant buffs that we have active. The first one is going to be Ember of Ashes. We apply more scorch stacks to targets. Ember of Solace is going to increase our radiant and restorations effects. So where you usually get 3 seconds with Precious Scars, with restoration you now get 5 seconds instead. We're running Ember of Empharian. Solar weapon or ability final blows extend restoration and radiant effects. And lastly, we chose to run Ember of Char. Our ignition spread scorch to affected targets. So we now have Flint Striker, rapid solar weapon precision hits, and rapid solar weapon final blows makes us radiant. So we can take advantage of our fragments now and slot this in, and it's going to pair well with Kindling Trigger. Radiant causes solar weapons to apply scorch to unscorched combatants. This is going to be a shout out for all the naysayers who don't know about Tommy's matchbook. This is an absolute beast. I'm telling you guys, ignition spam machine. It's shreds absolutely everything. You get about 100% damage increase while ignition trigger is active. Not only that, when you have the catalyst, you will scorch enemies with it, enhancing the scorch with the fragments, making massive ignitions as well. And if we look at the perk here, what happens is with ignition trigger, sustained fire with this weapon overheats it, increasing its damage by 100%, but it increases the damage and burns the user. So this is where precious scars comes into play, because we're going to be getting restoration after every kill. So as this weapon is burning us and damaging us, precious scars is negating that damage, and we just go on unlimited rampages until our magazine is empty. As you can see from this gameplay, we are just slaying everything. So when it comes to the mod department, it's a really simple setup. One of the easiest builds I have used, it's spray and play. There's nothing difficult about this build. So I just slotted on a harmonic siphon to create orbs of power, 2 solar loaders to increase the reload speed of Tommy's matchbook, then whatever burn resist we add with the activity, 2 solar weapon surges to increase Tommy's matchbook by 17%, 1 recuperation mod when we pick up an orb of power, that's another way of healing, and then 2 bomber mods when we throw up our barricade for more healing grenades. So yeah, Unkillable Titan is back in my opinion. We do not need Laurely Splendor. This is such an easy build to use. On the eye, it's easy. It doesn't look great with a helmet, but it's so easy. I urge you guys to go try it out in master level content. You will be surprised. So I'm creamslice. Thank you for joining me again. Thank you for your continued support.